Welcome. My name is Bruce Kane and I am an expert on drug policy and the editor of the website New Age Citizen. This video calls all Americans into action to insist that Obama re-legalize marijuana immediately in order to avert a violent and unnecessary war against the Mexican drug cartels. The name of this call to action is Re-Legalize Marijuana, a better way to destroy the Mexican drug cartels. Over the last few months, the media has been playing up the Mexican drug cartel war in order to lull the public into what we will call the Obama solution. I'm here today to say that this is totally unnecessary and that there is a much better solution just staring us all in the face. But the corporate-controlled media won't allow the public to give serious consideration to this alternative, so I'm filling that gap with this video on March 25th, 2009. The superior solution is marijuana re-legalization, specifically through implementation of the MERP model. And if I can convince you, then please spread the message far and wide so that Obama is not allowed to start a completely unnecessary war along the Mexican-American border. First, consider a hypothetical situation. You're being chased by a huge mad dog and you have two choices. One, you could stand your ground and fight. Or two, you could slip inside a nearby room and simply close the door. Obama's plan can be compared to fighting the dog, whereas my plan, the immediate implementation of the MERP model, could be compared to simply closing the door. I think it'll become apparent that closing the door has two incredible advantages. One, you won't get hurt, and two, you'll easily be able to resolve your problem by retrieving your gun or calling animal control. Of course, the mad dog in this analogy would be the American cities and have shown themselves to be as well equipped as our own military force. Perhaps that's because we actually gave military training to the most dangerous cartel drug gang, the Zetas. In any case, the Mexican drug cartels are a most formidable opponent indeed. Of course, the only reason they are able to afford these weapons is because they are sending about $38 billion in U.S. state consumer dollars south to Mexico each year. According to Lou Dobbs, Obama's Fighting the Dog plan consists of the following. The plan calls for sending 100 ATF agents to the southwest border, adding 16 new DEA positions, tripling the number of intelligence analysis, and stepping up screening of rail cars headed southbound to Mexico, part of the effort to stop the flow of drugs and keep violence further spinning out of control. Here's how the Iraqi war correspondent Michael Ware assessed Obama's proposed plan. Quote, "Well, you certainly have to applaud any measure, but I have to say, from what I've seen so far, this is a drop in the bucket, finger in the dike stuff." Interestingly, he then basically concluded that in order to fight the 100,000 highly militarized drug cartel members, we would have to intervene militarily or legalize the drugs. Or as he put it, quote, "You either legalize these things and cut the demand, or you're going to have to intervene militarily." Now, any thinking American should now realize that Obama's Fighting the Dog plan will result in numerous U.S. casualties, and there is very little chance that it will destabilize the Mexican drug cartels. But we don't have to legalize all drugs, just marijuana. Let me briefly explain. 70% of the Mexican drug cartel profits, $38 billion a year, are generated from the sale of marijuana in the United States. So if you simply allow personal cultivation by American citizens, the Mexican drug cartels would literally be eliminated within weeks. And without even regulating or taxing marijuana, it would keep $27 billion in the United States economy each year after marijuana re-legalization is fully implemented. Now, in order for this to work, we have to implement a model for re-legalization that completely takes the black market profit out of the marijuana market. There is only one plan that will effectively do this, and it is known as the MERP model. What sets this model apart from all other models is the fact that it allows unlimited personal cultivation by all American citizens. By doing this, Americans can grow their own for free and forever deprive the Mexican drug cartels of the $300 to $500 an ounce that Americans are currently paying for their marijuana. With 70% of the profits gone, they will quickly go out of business, and nearly $27 billion will stay in the United States each year following the implementation of the MERP model. I have already produced a number of videos that explain the merits of the MERP model in much greater detail and also describe how you can get involved in order to make marijuana re-legalization a reality, possibly before the end of 2009 and possibly worldwide. You can go to MERP Headquarters, the Marijuana Re-Legalization Policy Project website. You should also know that I have challenged many other drug reform organizations such as the Marijuana Policy Projects and the Drug Policy Alliance to come up with a better solution to this problem. So far, they have refused to accept the challenge. As soon as you're done watching this video, there is something I want you to do each week until marijuana re-legalization is legalized under the MERP model. I want you to call Obama and their federal representatives and tell them not to move forward with Obama's militarist solution to the border drug cartel wars. Then demand that they re-legalize marijuana immediately by implementing the MERP model. Implementing MERP will guarantee the destruction of the Mexican drug cartels without sacrificing even a penny's worth of our invaluable blood or treasure. And unlike President Obama's plan, MERP will not cost the taxpayer a penny, and it is guaranteed to end the violence once and for all. This is a far better alternative to Obama's plan, which military expert Ware said had almost no chance of succeeding. Here are the numbers to call. The Federal House and Senate, you can call it 202-224-3121. The Office of the President, 202-456-1111. Also go to MERP Headquarters often to see what else you can do to help the implementation of the MERP model. MERP Headquarters, the Marijuana Re-Legalization Policy Project, it is newagecitizen.com/merp.htm. I would also consider Obama's rejection of this superior and elegant solution to signal an allegiance to the global elitist rather than to the American people. There is absolutely no logical argument Obama could possibly put forward that would negate the benefits of immediately implementing the MERP model. Implementing MERP is a game-changing move that will leave every honest citizen, both of Mexico and the United States, far better off if they are forced to accept Obama's less effective and more violent alternative. We need to send a message to Obama that is a bit stronger than yes we can. What we need to do is say, yes, we demand the immediate re-legalization of marijuana under MERP, or you're not serving a second term in office. Current circumstances demand quick and decisive action from our President and our Congress. What it really boils down to this is, President Obama, there is absolutely no need to fight the dog when re-legalizing marijuana will close the doors on both Marijuana Prohibition and the Mexican Drug Cartels. It takes care of both problems without the use of violence, money, or the loss of life. How can you possibly argue against that? Re-legalized in 2009. This is Bruce Kane.